Hey, you. Okay, I have to admit, in going into private practice as a dietitian, I knew that I would be working predominantly with this wish, this deep, heartfelt wish to eliminate that puff with no purpose. I work exclusively with women, mostly in their 40s to 50s, and the number one complaint I get is where did these 10, maybe 20 pounds come from seemingly overnight? Where did they pop up? And I like to call this the puff with no purpose because you didn't ask for it, you don't want it, it has no purpose. How do we get rid of it? And the good news is this is that there is not a single diet that I'd ever put any woman on to eliminate this puff with no purpose. Instead, I trace it back up to a hormonal root. Hormones being at the helm of our sanity and our weight, our mood, our inflammation levels. I mean, our hormones play such a huge role in everything we do. And it's time to eliminate some of the gremlins of imbalance and unlock your inner goddess. So, when it comes to the puff with no purpose, the very, very first thing I dissect with women is how to get your adrenal glands back online because your adrenal glands are functioning. What's happening is you are producing this most precious sex hormone called progesterone that really helps mitigate the impact of the sex hormone estrogen on the body. Estrogen is phenomenal. We love all your hormones. We love your estrogen. We love your progesterone, your testosterone. But when there's a little bit too much estrogen in relationship to progesterone, that's when you start to see some of these symptoms, particularly those hot flashes, those night sweats, but mostly we start to see weight retention around the portions of our body that make us look female, our breast tissue, waist tissue, butt tissue, thigh tissue. And so what I do and the role that I play is I help women get back to a place where their adrenal glands are back online. And you can absolutely do this. I believe in you. As you invest time and energy into stress reduction, you start bringing your adrenal glands back online. So be very, very diligent about what it is you do every day that grounds you and creates a scenario where your body feels safe. At that point, that's when your body, your adrenals will start producing a little bit more progesterone, which will keep some of that estrogen in check. Another thing to think about, and this is huge, is your relationship as you age and as your hormones shift, your relationship with sugar needs to change. You don't have as high of a tolerance as you used to when you were a little girl, maybe in your teens, 20s, 30s. Now is time to really buckle down and recalibrate your relationship with sugar, not only because of the impact that isolated sugar has on our emotions. We start looking for it for that dopamine hit and that serotonin hit, but mostly because of the impact it has on our inflammation levels. And with inflammation, we start to see more what are called symptoms of estrogen dominance. And that puff with no purpose can be inflamed and expanded with more exposure to refined sugar. So my challenge to you is to really reduce your exposure to any packaged products down to one a day. It's going to be a huge game changer when it comes to this relationship, again, between estrogen and progesterone. And last but not least, it's time to change up your exercise regimen. If you've been a little cardio bunny for the past decade, it's time to now introduce yourself to some new flavors of exercise that are mostly resistance based. It's going to make a huge difference in your hormones. You're going to start producing more testosterone, and you're going to decrease the impact, the negative impact that chronic cardio has on your cortisol, because cortisol and estrogen play a really impactful role. They are inextricably linked. And when cortisol is heightened, you're going to see an increase in estrogen. Remember, it's that relationship between estrogen and progesterone that plays a huge role in this puff with no purpose. So we've got 3 things to practice. Your stress reduction regimen, huge. Your relationship to sugar, huge. And your engagement in playful, functional resistance training is huge, okay? There's so much more where this came from. I'm kind of getting excited. I want to give you more, but I am going to leave you with that because on July 13th, I am going to take a group of women way deep into the depths of why you might be experiencing puff with no purpose and what to do about it, but it takes time. I cannot promise any overnight fixes. And so we're spending 3 months from July all the way through September, really dissecting this in a meaningful way. We're going to go through symptoms of estrogen dominance, progesterone deficiency, testosterone deficiency, all of the different deficiencies and dominances. We're going to really understand your hormones so that you feel like you can leverage them instead of feel like you're a victim of them. All right. I hope to see you in the table, but for now, take these golden nuggets of truth and run with them because you have a lot to work with that's really going to make a tangible difference and put you back on the same team as your body. I'm in the business of helping women reintroduce themselves to a body they love and treasure, and they know how to speak the same language as their body. Have an awesome day.